previous couple of videos in this series, we looked at the Genesis 7 design principles of interconnected and interrelated data and the power and ease of tracing that data through Genesis transactions from invoices to products, etc. What we're going to look at in this video is that data, which was originally generated by our transactional front end, having been posted through to Genesis accounting, and now how we can trace that data from a financial point of view, looking at the details and even looking at the originating data back through to the transactional front end. So again, coming back to this invoice here, as I mentioned, this has already been advanced to the point that the data has been posted through to accounting. So looking at this data, you can see where we are. So we're going to reference this data in accounting. July 7th, 2022 is the date we're looking at. These are the items we're looking at. Let's jump out. And I'm going to go over to Genesis accounting. And first I'll start with a simple income statement. And let's do it. We're doing it for July 2022. That's the date of our invoice. And here's our basic income statement for July 2022. Now, I know that this is just a nice standard statement, but we can, in Genesis, drill down in this data and look at the specific transactions. So if I click here on miscellaneous merchandise, we have, this is actually part of our invoice. If you don't recall from the amount when we were looking at it, we can further drill down. We can trace the data. And again, we're back in our invoice. You can see this is the invoice we were just looking at. And if I return, I can also go here to the transaction detail, and I can look at the detail here as well. And so you see, we have this powerful way of being able to follow the data, navigate through the system from the front end to the back end with accounting, or from accounting forward through back to the transactions. While Genesis 7 provides amazing ability to enter and trace data, it also provides all the safeguards accounting requires. So once posted, the accounting data can only be modified by those individuals who are authorized to do so. With Genesis 7, we can trace the data through all of these reports, anywhere we need to look in accounting, but also in business metrics too, which is a rich set of reports and tools for looking at your company financial data. If I look at the financial scoreboard, for instance, and if I do a find again for July 2022, and we have our invoice, click on this data set. Now, this financial scoreboard is a powerful financial snapshot. We get balance sheets, the beginning balance sheet and an ending balance sheet. They have an income statement in the middle, cash flow statement. You have this array of data that's a snapshot of your financial situation on that date. And you can see the dates here. Now, however, beyond the power of that financial statement, I can again drill down. If I look at sales for July 2022, I have a look at all of the accounts that contributed to sales. And then if I click here, I again have our detailed view where I can further drill back out to the invoice and double check that, can double check the transaction detail, and then come back out. And I could, if I wanted to, drill down to other items and look at all that and drill down further if I needed to. So you can see the rich, powerful, and very intuitive way you can move through the data, trace the data, both between accounting and transactions and back again. So I just want to really highlight the radical power of having this fully integrated system at your fingertips, where you're not having to awkwardly move data from one application to another. So there's no more exports and imports, no more redundant entry of data. You don't have to adapt your business's work practices to fit generic off-the-shelf software, which might be well-designed and reliable, but it will use generic processes not necessarily suited to your business. With Genesis 7, it's customizable to suit the way your business and individual departments like to work. Yet at the same time, it's highly integrated and interrelated in a way that typically only large corporations are able to develop and customize for themselves. And it makes use of the full array of possibilities and design strengths of the Claris FileMaker platform. So working with Genesis 7 within the native FileMaker environment, you can, for example, easily create portals that display data from related tables, set up and run both standard and custom reports, have all of your information easily available in FileMaker windows elsewhere, and make use of hundreds of other capabilities. With Genesis 7, you have all of that available to you because it's all connected.